take two on the demonstration. I have swept the floor with a dust mop, and I have now laid down stripper. It's been down about, going on 2 minutes. And I've just put it in a very small cube pattern. And what I'm attempting to do is to let it sit at this point. What I'm looking for is to make sure that there's enough down there that it's covered the area generously so it can work on the seal and the wax, and that it is not drying out. With a spot this small, it should not dry out. What you do not want to do is to do such a large extended area that ultimately it's going to end up drying out, and you're not going to get the full effect of the stripper product. So we just wait patiently while this does its work for another 3 minutes, and then we'll go to the next step, which will be our stripper pad. So I'm going to get that ready as the film runs, and then we'll move to this next portion of the demonstration. Sometimes these equipment can be kind of unpredictable, a little bit fun, like a handle on your machine just abruptly going out on you and falling down. This equipment is a little bit older, so it does take a little bit more attention as you're doing the stripping. Setting the machine here in front of the area, I'm going to double the pad stripping. I'm going to double the stripping pads together, so that they will get more friction and a better pull off the ground. Using this one and this one combined. And together they should give me the pull that I'm looking for. So I'm going to set these down. The cleaner side is here, so I do want to use the cleaner side on the floor, so that as it's pulling wax up, if I need to flip my pad for a cleaner pad, then I can. What happens is if there's too much wax that builds up on the bottom of the pad, then it starts slipping and sliding and being real slick and stuff. So we just want to do the best we can to make it a sturdy and get some good traction on the surface. All we do is set it kind of on the edge there. Just prop up the stripper machine, plant it down, and we're ready when it's time to go through here and to get this done. We're looking at about another couple of minutes or so. At this time, one of the things that we do is just pretty much play the waiting game, and that's pretty much all she wrote. Maybe another minute or so, something like that. But it is real important, just as a kind of an affirming of what we spoke about earlier, to just kind of keep your waters and so forth clean. This is more or less at the end of the day, to be honest with you, and it's the evening time or more getting into the nighttime. And a lot of these mops here have been left from work time. This should be sufficient for what we're trying to do, but on a regular work day, we definitely want everything to be clean and fresh. But as I said, we should be okay today. Now, for the purpose of this illustration and the length of time, we're just going to wait just a few more seconds, and then we'll get this underway. And we will begin. The machine does not always glide. You do have to put a little pressure into it, but you shouldn't be leaning your whole body weight into it. It's more like balancing it as you move it back and forth. My hands are on the trigger. I'm just pressing down on the handle, cocky and do one-handed and wreck it. But I'm just, you can see, you could see, I don't know if you can see in the film, but that's the best angle I could get because my battery was suffering. So it's pulling up a lot of wax. It's a successful strip here. And I know it sounds kind of crazy talking this technical about doing something like this. It's not that hard to do, but I'm just trying to explain it best I can. Yeah, this is really good. A lot of wax coming up here. Here's kind of a second pass. Not necessarily necessary here because it's come up. Coming up off the tile really good. Okay, that's out of the way. Now what we want to do next is, before I do anything else, I want to get a scrub pad and, if possible, and scrub the corners. And we have one right here. It looks like we do not have a pole. Oh, I take it back. There it is. I thought I had that equipment ready to go. So we take this scrub pad here. We go along the edges to make sure that it's not adhering to the edges. Cleans out those corners well. Set it aside here. We'll put it right here in our stripper bucket where it belongs. And then we'll get our auto scrubber here. Set it like a squeegee, pull it back. This is ready. Let's turn it on. I'll just scoot it down a little bit, put a little bit of water. Lower the squeegee. Use the squeegee on the back of the auto scrubber. And now I'm going to mop the area with mop number 1. Make sure it's the best I can. Go over it, the little area here. You can see a little bit of suds. That's precisely why we have 2 mops for this. So mop 1 is not what it's supposed to do. Now mop 2, a little bit cleaner water. Comes back over here. We come back over here. We just kind of mop it out. Just get all the corners, because the wax, when the new seal and wax goes down, it's going to need to go all the way to the edge. So I'll rinse it out, do it one more time. And what you see here is a difference between one side and the other. This floor here is completely clean. Completely clean. And without time permitting, what happens is you will have the floor will dry. Excuse me for the lack of professional in that. Try to get over here. But the floor will dry, and you can see the difference, hopefully. There's the floor there. You can see next to that there. It's not just dirt, that's wax that has come up. And this floor would need to dry. And when it would dry, we would inspect it. And once it's good, then we put the wax on it. And that's how you strip a floor.